but it is recording. I checked. All of them should be recording.
Previously on Big Brother.
Somebody just opened a door.
Was that a door?
Mouse.
That's Ladybug.
Oh my goodness.
With me or just forget the world.
Oh, goodness.
You ready? Take two. This is the life of parents.
Wowzers. That was a little much.
Yeah.
But she's sick, and I took her to the doctor today, and she said she was fine, but that girl is not fine.
That's good. At least we took her to the doctor. Doctor said she's fine. So that's what's important.
Okay. Well,
now, previously on Big Brother. Season 27.
Season 27.
Of Big Brother.
Yes.
How cool is that?
I still feel like I need to double fact check
so
that
wait,
it's 27.
We actually have to start off by saying when we started watching Big Brother. So, do you remember what the first season?
We've been watching since season, I want to say 14, which was the season with Dan.
Yep.
And
the season of Dan's funeral. That was the first season that we ever watched of Big Brother.
Mm-hmm.
How lucky are we?
Dan,
because that was
Brittany.
That's like one of the top seasons ever. Yeah. I feel.
Yeah, no, it was a good season for us to jump into. That was like at the beginning of our relationship, and I don't even remember how that started. But
even like the funeral is like one of the probably most iconic Big Brother moments ever, and we literally got to experience that off the bat. That's probably why we're still watching Big Brother to this day.
For sure. But I will say that this season, even though I'm not awarding anybody icon status right now, but as in prior seasons, I feel like there have been like some quieter seasons.
Yeah.
Some
controversial seasons.
For sure.
Well, you never know where this can
yeah,
go.
but I feel like people really want to play like strong and loud in this season, and I feel like
what's the best way to do that?
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of that in the first week. So I feel like that's exciting. I feel like it's a good way to start it. It's a good way to kick it off. We're not dealing with people playing furniture this season for sure. Yeah. And we have had those seasons in the past.
Well, they brought Rachel Reilly in. So,
for sure. And like, tell me for real, how pissed would you be if you finally got cast on Big Brother and Rachel Reilly walks in the door?
I wouldn't be pissed at all. I feel
like... No, I agree with you. I agree.
I would see someone like her enter the game and be like, this is somebody that I need to get close to. Like immediately. That would be my first reaction.
Yeah.
To seeing anybody that has experience in a game. Like, they have an advantage over you. They've been in this situation before. In her case, she's been in this situation multiple times before.
Yeah, and I feel like she's such a good person to have as a shield to learn from. Like, regardless of what happens, she can protect you. Like she did with Amy, she can teach you things. Like I feel like she's teaching a lot of the girls right now, and
Amy definitely has the best right now. Like how she was able to become that person for Rachel, like, and then how crazy is it that she was. What was it? That the accomplice
of the mastermind.
So she was not only did she actually what she was the person that let Rachel into the game. Rachel doesn't even know that she was the accomplice because Amy never said it,
and she needs to hold on to that information.
And how like coincidentally they're the two that are kind of like together
for sure.
But for sure, I feel like a big reason Amy didn't go home this week is because Rachel was whipping votes for her.
For sure. No, I feel like in another timeline, Rachel Reilly is a politician. Sure. Like she's really good at controlling people. And I think we were talking earlier of like, how does that conversation even start? Like, does she tell CBS like, hey, definitely put me on the show? Do they approach her? Or like when they're casting people, they're like, oh, I think that you'd be a good fit here. Because I do think that Big Brother is learning a little bit. I feel like there's been a lot of calls for all-star seasons recently,
Yeah,
but I feel like they're learning like there's always value in having a familiar face.
for
I
sure.
feel like that's why like even Survivor's doing that soon.
Yep.
Traders did that where there's especially in
Well,
the first
well,
season,
going
and
back
they've
to the
shifted into
season that
that.
we watched, it
Hmm.
was a new cast, but they brought back, what was it? Dan,
Hmm.
Boogie,
Hmm.
Janelle, and
Hmm.
Danielle, right?
Definitely a lot of flashbacks from the first season that we watched together, season
For
14, to
sure.
this
But
season.
they've done that, like, they do that a lot, where they don't do an all-star season, but they bring in old cast members. And I feel like anytime you do that, you're bringing somebody into the game that has like that can immediately makes the game, I feel like, more interesting, and
For sure.
they've noticed that.
For sure.
So
But I
it is
definitely.
weird that she is the only person that they only brought one person back, but they've
Hmm.
also done that in the past before too.
Yeah.
Go Speaking about that, they did that in a season with Paul, right?
Did he come back?
Friendship Paul. I feel like he
I don't
came back
remember
in a
that.
season, and he was like one of the only people that came back.
Mm,
But I feel like he could be the mastermind.
for sure. It's going to be
If it is an
somebody.
old cast member playing that role,
It
I
has
feel
to
like
be.
he would be a great person.
No, because I feel like Dr. Will was that person for the longest time, but he retired
For sure.
supposedly after Deal or No Deal
Deal or
Island.
No Deal Island.
And so it's going to be somebody like that. I feel like Paul is a little wild though.
Yeah.
Um,
He was just like the first person that came
for
to mind
sure.
for me.
For sure.
As to like,
No, but he would be like for sure. You need somebody who has like a lot of energy, who's really interested, who could also like have a longer relationship because I feel like Dr. Will filled that place. But who somebody did because Dr. Will didn't do the like last episode last season. Who did that?
the
We should
AI.
see. Yeah, remember at the end, like when they're doing the votes
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing the little like forum, the jury forum before the finale. And Dr. Will used to be that person. Who was that person last season? I feel like it was a girl. Was it Danielle or somebody like that? Or it's somebody like that, I feel like.
I feel
But I
like,
don't recall
no, it
who it
was
was.
what was her name? Black
Taylor?
girl, right?
Taylor? Was it
Taylor.
Taylor? Yeah, but I
Was
don't
it?
know that I see her as the mastermind though. Maybe.
Could
Maybe.
be.
It could be
It
a
could be
girl.
a
It could
girl.
be. It could be a
It could
girl.
be a girl.
And I do feel like looking at somebody like Rachel Reilly, looking at the girls that they brought in, I feel like they are trying to get a little bit of girl power in this season. And I feel like this could be maybe the season that we see a semi successful. I don't think any big alliance is ever going to be fully 100% successful, except for 2 seasons ago.
I feel like All Girls Alliance never worked.
I feel like you are underestimating girls. I feel
I
like,
just
especially
feel
we're at a
like
time,
that
disagree.
there's
100%
always
disagree.
drama that comes about at the end of the day that breaks up the
Did you
alliance, where
not
it's
just
like,
see that an all men's alliance just voted out
I'm
the
not
first
saying an all
person?
men's
A
alliance ever
hamburger,
works
a
ever either.
hamburger alliance? Get out of here.
That only
Get out of
lasted
here
one
with
week.
that
For sure.
hamburger.
No, I'm not saying I never said an all guys alliance works either. Although for sure, like a guys like, you know, final two, all like the Derek and what was his name,
Cody,
and Cody, that was a good like two. I
anybody
That's
can
the
go
way
to
I would
final
play the
two.
game.
Anybody
I
can
feel
go to
like
final two.
a final two is the way to go. I feel like Amy getting Rachel as her like final two on like day one or day two, like, man,
Yeah,
jackpot.
but the only way that I feel like they make it to final two, especially with Rachel, is if she surrounds herself with enough people in the beginning. And I feel like the best way for her to do that, which is exactly what she's doing, like she did it this week by organizing all of those girls. I'm not saying that they're all gonna make it together to the very end. I feel like that's very rare, and I think we've only ever seen it one time. And the name of this alliance is killing me, but it was who was in this alliance? It wasn't Taylor season.
Which lines?
It was the All Black People Alliance.
Oh, the barbecue.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah,
Well, anyways,
Xavier was
like
in that. Xavier won that
they
season.
showed that like you can come together and you can get people
But
for the most part. That's
that was
really
a
really
really
hard.
good alliance,
I
and
think I'm not saying that they of course they set the bar.
for
I
sure.
think that girls can come together and do that and say like we can make it this far, but then at a certain point, yes, you have to come to each other because everybody can't win.
No, definitely. But I feel like the
What
problem
season was that? Was
with
that? It's killing me. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
well,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
we
Um,
could probably like if
I
we
think all
had
the
a
girls can
we
do
need
that.
somebody on the Googles. I could probably do it, but it
No,
could
no,
take me a
no, no.
while, so I'd rather not do it right now.
I think right off the bat, my favorites were Mickey and Morgan, two really strong girls. Then you bring in
I
somebody
like
like
Morgan.
Rachel. Then you bring somebody in like Amy, who seems like she can like literally be like the apprentice, and
Hmm.
she already pulled off being the accomplice with like effortless.
Yeah,
Like nobody suspected a thing,
for
and she
sure.
better hold on to that
She
information
pulled that
for
off.
dear
She
life.
pulled that off like flawlessly because
Um,
nobody suspected of her. She didn't. She didn't even get a vote
that's what I'm saying.
for
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they can get Ashley together. If Ashley can get it together, Ashley can ride the shower thing out.
Ash. Man, that
I,
2 hour shower was
that was tough.
not
That
a
was a poor
good look,
choice.
man.
That was a really, really poor choice. I feel like,
Like especially in a
yikes.
social environment like this is that's an aspect of the game, like perception, like she gave off a certain type of like just selfish type of aura by doing that.
For sure.
Like homeboy Vince just wins the first HOH of the season. He has this shower that's supposed to be all for himself, and you go in there before he even gets the
She said she was
chance.
only going to take 10 minutes, too.
And she took a 2 hour
Yeah.
shower?
No, no, no. It was bad. It was not a good
Like,
look. It was a really, really bad look.
come
It was a really bad
on.
look. And the moral of this first week,
She you know what? She's lucky she won the Power Veto.
100%. Oh, she was going home. She needed to go home. She deserved to go home. The moral of the first week of Big Brother
Yeah.
is first impressions really do matter. And that's what happened with the eviction.
Yeah.
That's what happened even with Riley turning on him. Like, and everybody suspecting these two people. Because, yeah, running to the bathroom is drawing attention to yourself. Anytime you
Yeah.
do something to
But
draw
that's
attention to
also bad luck.
yourself,
Man, that's like running to the bathroom. Like you
yeah,
can't
but you don't
but
think
for
anything
sure.
of it. Ashley didn't
He
think anything of it.
almost
Ashley was too much, though. Ashley,
he's
for
lucky
sure.
that wasn't a oh we're just voting somebody out immediately because there's a new person that came into the game and like
Hmm.
one person's gonna get voted out even before we even do a first like house
All
eviction.
just because he had to go to the bathroom
Just
really
because he
quickly.
had to go to the
For
bathroom.
sure, that sucks. But you have to think that just goes to show you have to think everything through in this game and how it's going to be perceived.
Yeah, for
Perception
sure.
is everything.
What do you think about winning the first HOH?
What I will say that I really don't like, and they've done this before, and I disagreed with it back then too. I'm pretty sure,
Mm-hmm.
but I do not like having only 4 people
Oh
playing
yeah,
HOH.
I didn't like that either.
Everybody should get the chance to play
For sure.
HOH.
Yeah.
I would personally really thrive winning the first HOH because you always make the point like everybody comes to you,
For sure.
and like
That's
I'm
what I always
somebody
say.
like as an introvert, I could easily fall into
I
the
know people
background.
say like, "Oh, don't win the first HOH." It kind of like can put you in a bad situation. But I see, like, I remember McCrae winning the first
Mm.
HOH of his season, and how the like alliances, like big alliances,
Didn't
formed.
Xavier also win the first
He
HOH?
could have, I think so.
Right? Like
Yeah,
I feel like that's a myth that needs to be busted
for sure.
because I feel like enough things can happen like after the first week. Like look at all the messiness
There
right
has been
now.
some people that have botched
When
the
you play it like if you botch it
for
then
sure.
yeah, for
Well,
sure go
you
home.
also do have to be like socially intelligent about
Mhm.
like having that power
Have a
because it
plan.
is some people let the power get to their head
Mhm.
and then like a side of them comes out where people are like, okay, we're gonna come right back and go after this person
Mhm. For sure.
like week two.
For sure. I feel like that
So
happened last year. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was either last year or the year before.
yeah.
I wish I had like a file in my brain that I could easily access Big Brother memories, but I feel like that happened where the first week
And so that's why a
it
lot of
can
people
get to your
say,
head. For sure.
don't win the first HOH because it could easily turn into you getting voted out week two.
For sure. But if you play it right and if you create the right alliances,
you
you say
you,
the right
you let people come
things.
in, you let like
Mhm.
you are the HOH, you're letting people kind of like put you into certain
Mhm.
alliances and
Mhm.
things, and you build yourself a game that can get you at least part of like through half of the season
Yeah,
by just setting yourself up off of that first
I
week.
feel like people can also easily forget that you were the first HOH if you play your cards right
You
by
have
like
to just play
week
it right,
2 or 3.
for sure.
By week 2 or 3, people will totally forget because so much stuff is happening, and I feel like that's where you get really lucky with a bunch of loud and maybe like messy players. And that's where I feel like I was struggling to remember how Ashley even found the audacity in the first place to take a 2-hour shower. And maybe it's because we have kids who are distracting me, but like that whole situation and how she even got to that point in the first place was a little confusing to
Yeah.
me
I feel like you just can't be that clueless of
because
like,
she played. I didn't realize that she was the one that played. I think I missed the HOH competition
yeah, she
because
played the
I was
HOH.
boycotting because I think everybody deserves the right to play in the first HOH, so I didn't really pay
No, for
attention
sure.
to it.
It
But
was
you had
what's his name? Jimmy, I think, won something where he decided who the four people that were
mhm,
gonna play in the HOH were,
mhm,
and it was himself,
mhm,
it was Vince, who clearly won the HOH,
mhm,
it was Ashley,
mhm,
and if it was Zach, if I'm not
mhm,
mistaken, were the
mhm,
four that played.
mhm,
And so she was kind of like in this group where they even showed that even before the competition, they kind of agreed that they were not going to vote each other out.
mhm.
So she probably felt extra safe
Yeah.
with Vince that, he wasn't going to get upset at her.
Mhm.
But
She
just
kind of
like the
felt like she
rest of the house,
was
how even the rest of the house saw what she did,
yeah.
just put her in a bad spot
Yeah, yeah. So she
right
kind of
off the
felt
bat.
like she was like right away in this kind of alliance of strong people who are going for HOH, even if they didn't really feel like that. And she definitely felt a little too free. And for sure, that would rub me the wrong way too. Like, I would never, I do think she has an opportunity to redeem herself though,
No, I feel like
but
she's
that was
lucky
a
that she won the power
really
of
bad look
veto.
for sure. She should have
So
gone home
now she can she can fix that, you know.
for
But
sure.
it could have been an easy excuse to get her out on
Yeah.
week one.
But I also feel like it's very lucky that one, that she won, but also that I feel like somebody like Amy, who's already pretty well connected,
Hmm.
can is also kind of like vouching for her too. And I
But
feel
yeah,
like she
man,
can also
Amy got
hide.
herself in a good
I think
situation.
Amy's in a good spot. I think Rachel's even a good spot.
Sure.
And I think Rachel really showed her power, but I don't think that I don't think that it was showed her power in a way that can get her voted out. I think if she gets really lucky and she can rely on the girls, I really think they can come together and at least protect her for a little bit.
Yeah,
For sure.
I also feel like, um, wait. So before I say this, first impressions. Wait, who were the people that you like? If you give me like a top three of the people that you
Uh
like the most.
I don't know if I have a top three for sure. Mickey and Morgan though. 100%
Mickey and
like
Morgan.
from their interview package.
Got it.
I was like right off the bat, these are two girls that I'm here for.
I like
100%.
Morgan, but if I were to pick, because I always think about this, like, oh, who would I align myself with
Hmm.
if I would have been in this house? Like, just seeing the personalities that are at play, and like, just the people that are there. So I feel like Zach for sure was somebody that, first impression wise, just because of like the baseball, I feel like we would have easily connected there.
Hmm.
Will, I think, was another
Will's
person.
cool.
Uh, also like sports podcasts. I feel like
I feel like he
I
can
would have
get it on
connected with
the.
him.
I feel like
And
he can get it on the All
then,
Girls Alliance because he specifically, I think he said he has daughters. He covers women's sports.
yep,
I feel like he can kind of get in on that, on the at least the outskirts of
for
that
sure.
alliance a little bit.
And then the third person that I like, that I feel like I would also connect with, is Keanu.
Yeah, Kiana's
Another
cool.
guy that, like,
Um,
the nerdy vibes, like,
mhm.
I'm all for that
No,
too,
I'm here for Keanu, and I feel like Rachel's there for Keanu too, which I think is
for
pretty
sure.
cool. Zach, old crying Zach was a little
Zach,
much for
that's the thing
me.
that didn't look good.
Like,
That wasn't good.
listen,
Like that for
it's the
week
first
one
week.
to be
This is what
crying like that in
happens.
an election, that
He
was too
no, he
much.
was crying at a level of like
Then again, I am a
he
bit of a crybaby too,
no, that was too much. He was
but that
literally
was a little
crying
too
as though
much
he had been blindsided after he and his final two had almost made it to the
for
very end.
sure.
Like that's like I don't know how many weeks there are, like,
Yeah,
but that's like day 85
but
crying.
maybe he thought,
Like
what
that
was his
is
name? Zai?
Zay.
Zay. Maybe thought Zay was safe, but Zay, man,
You can't come for
tell
her.
me, tell me how to not play Big Brother.
My goodness. Yeah.
Like
Ugh.
when he said, "Oh, um, I know, like, what I should do is I should go to the people that I know are going to vote for Amy to stay and tell them that I'm going to come back strong next week and I am going to, like, come after you." And then the first person that he tells this to is to Rachel.
In the history of Big Brother or mankind, that has literally never worked. That
Yeah.
is the worst strategy of all time.
Like threatening people to vote for,
Yeah,
you will never work. And then
never.
on top of that, to go to Rachel first
Rachel.
and, like,
He learned
dude,
today.
he
He
when
learned
I saw
today.
him first say that, I was like,
Yeah,
don't do it. This is
yeah.
not going to work.
Poor choice.
And then immediately they cut to him going and saying this to Rachel, and I was like,
Yikes.
that this guy's going
That
home.
was the end.
And that's exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
for
crazy
sure.
that he would even think that's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, just really, really poor strategy, really like hyper emotional. And that's why I also think that there's a better chance for a girls' alliance because the boys' alliance,
Well, that didn't work. That
they don't have it
the
together.
Hamburger
They're a
Alliance
mess.
already.
You have Zach bawling his eyes out
Yeah,
as though somebody ran over his dog. You have Keanu, who I think is there for good reasons. He seems really sweet. He connected with Rachel. I feel like he can also get
for
in
sure.
on
Well,
the All Girls Alliance.
he connected right to Rachel for sure.
And I think that was a really big move for him.
Yeah.
I think you have Jimmy, who wants to play a really loud game. Who that was the moment where I was like, oh, he's maybe trying to be as Dan. He hasn't convinced me that he's a Dan, but
Well,
he's trying
I
to be.
loved how Rachel, when he went up to Rachel and he was like, "I'm thinking about calling Keanu out in, like, in public in front of everybody at the, like, power of veto ceremony." And Rachel is trying to get, like, rid of him, I feel like, in a way.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
she's like, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea. You should
Hell yeah,
definitely do
definitely do that. Definitely stir your own kid up.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
anything to be in
And
front
then
of
they cut
her.
to her saying definitely not a something that you want to be doing, especially, like, at the beginning. You don't want to be drawing all this unnecessary
For sure.
attention
Well,
to yourself.
Rachel Reilly 101, always say yes.
For sure.
Like it's almost like it reminded me of like always be closing. Like
For sure.
anytime somebody presents her with information, she's like,
For
absolutely. Like you
sure.
always tell people what you
Well,
want to hear.
that's I saw that
Always.
when you know who did that? Will. So Rachel went up to Will to try and get him to vote for Amy to stay,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Yes, I got
Mm-hmm.
you." And I knew he wasn't gonna, like, he was in this Hamburger Alliance. He was definitely gonna vote to keep
Mm-hmm.
or Zay.
Mm-hmm.
And
We clearly
but
didn't like Zay
that's
because we can't even remember his name.
well, he's the first one out. Like,
I guess he did deserve it. At
this
the end of the
is
day, the right person went home. I'm sorry about his Zay.
um
Best of luck to you.
and then in comparison, then they showed, or like right at that same time, they showed her talking to Adrian
Mm-hmm.
about also voting to keep Amy.
Mm-hmm.
And Adrian was like, "No, I kept my word." Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, don't do that. Like, tell her what she wants to hear.
Yeah.
If she comes up to you and tells you, "Hey, I need you to vote for Amy to stay,"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes,
Yeah, for
of
sure.
course, like, I'm
Yeah.
with you guys.
And the second that
Like,
she walks away, like,
then you
who
do,
cares? It
yeah,
doesn't
you
matter.
do
What is she
whatever
gonna do?
what's
Yeah.
best for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Because Rachel also is going to be a person who, like, automatically, once you give her information, she knows how to utilize the
For
information to
sure.
work in her favor. And so, automatically, it's going to be really difficult for him to connect with her if he ever thinks that's a
Yeah,
possibility.
immediately, she probably now is shut. She's gonna be shut down to Adrian,
But she's also
and
identified a
Will.
weakness.
Even though Will didn't vote to keep Amy around, he's probably gonna be able to still work
Mm-hmm.
with Rachel just for the
100%.
fact that he told her that yes, he was
Mm-hmm.
gonna vote with her.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
So
agreeable, and I think he would be a good add-on. I think Keanu would be a good add-on, and I think she's also doing a really good job of. Is this Rachel Reilly season? My goodness, but I feel
well,
like she's doing a good job of like now she's trying
she's
to.
one of the greats at
Sh-
playing this game
well, she's trying to, put these showmances together because that's just
for
yet
sure.
another layer in front of her to ensure that she always has an opportunity for a shield.
Well, yeah, you always want to keep like people that could be a threat in front of you.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Um, I love that she created like a final two alliance right away
Mm-hmm.
with Amy. I think that
What do
was
you think
cool.
about that though? Like, do you think like and I guess it's maybe like if the opportunity presented itself, but like Vince and Kelly
And Kelly,
also did a final
final two
two,
for
but
sure.
like you've only known each other for a day. Can you really
But I
make
think,
a final two?
but historically in Big Brother, those alliances tend to work out.
Mm,
Your final two on day one, day two, a lot of times is your final two at the end of the game.
yeah,
And I think that's a like that's the way I would play it.
for
I would
sure.
try and see who's the person that I could connect with the most
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat. I do
Mm-hmm.
feel in like instant connections with
Mm-hmm.
people. Like you can talk to 16 people and right off the bat be like, this person, I can just feel there's a vibe that
Mm-hmm.
me and you have, that we're
Mm-hmm.
like we're gonna be here working together, having each other's back. And if you can find that,
Mm-hmm.
you might not, but if you do, I don't see why not. Like, so yeah, I would definitely try and go that route
For
of
sure.
trying to have a final two. The whole Vince and Kelly situation though, that was a little bit funny of how she like allowed him to put her on the block
Oh, volunteer
on
to be
week
upon? Absolutely
one.
not. Never. Ever, ever,
That
ever,
almost
ever.
backfired on
Absolutely
her
not. I would literally
as
never do
well.
that.
She got really lucky though that she won that what was the name of that competition?
The girls are having the luck.
The BB
I
Battle Bats. I don't know
I
what it was
think
called.
I think the girls are having a good luck streak. I think that there's a lot of opportunity there, and I
Yeah.
think the boys might be in trouble.
Um
But let's see who wins. I guess HOH next week.
for sure.
But I
That's gonna
think,
be
but it changes the dynamic again. There's only one woman in this week's HOH and three dudes. When everybody gets an opportunity, what does the dynamic really look like? Because we haven't seen everybody play against each other yet,
yeah.
and I feel like that makes a big difference too.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely is gonna make a difference. So Ashley winning the power veto, I feel like that saved her for
Hmm.
sure. That
Yeah,
also allows her
yeah.
to kind of like
Redeem
hopefully
herself.
redeem herself
She needs a
and
redemption
bring her
arc.
game back.
She can do it, but she definitely needs to switch it up and have some better social skills. And I'm pretty sure she's a lawyer, and so she needs to do better. I want to see her do better.
For sure. Jimmy, I think is not gonna last long in this
Jimmy's a
game.
mess.
That style of play, I don't know. It's worked for some people. It worked for Josh being super out there and like, but I feel like that's an easy way to get a target on your back early, where like you just it doesn't sit well with people, so it's like you're an easy target.
I feel like messy play is a very risky choice. I
So yeah,
think historically there's only certain people that have pulled it off, and it's like one of those like I'll believe
it's
it
a
when
hit
I
or
see
miss
it.
type. Yeah, for sure,
But I think for the most part, and I think especially when you have as many strong women as I suspect we have, I don't know that people are gonna let it slide. I
yeah,
don't know that the Rachels of the world are gonna let it slide.
yeah. No, I feel like she. I don't know what their relationship is, but I feel like I got the impression that she doesn't want to work with him.
I mean, how can you know what the relationship is like when he is literally like cuddling and canoodling with Keanu 1 second,
Yeah,
and then the next
he's
starting
for
drama
sure.
and he's coming for him. So I
Yeah,
feel like he's a person that like if you can control him, then you need to get him out.
yeah. Um, alliances. There's a heavy hitter alliance.
I liked your suggestion for the name. You had a much better name than they did. You said because they met at midnight.
Oh yeah, thread level man.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. 100%.
For
Huge
sure.
missed opportunity.
That was
And if
a
either of us ever go on Big Brother,
that's
I'm
the
gonna steal it if I
yeah,
go on. But you can also have it too.
that was a
But that was a good one. But I love that Rachel was like, the moment that you are offered an opportunity to step into a room where there's an alliance being
oh
created,
yeah. You
you
always
always
say
say
like
yes.
we've seen seasons where that's happened where
Hmm.
people are like kind of put into an alliance and they're like,
Hmm.
oh no, wait, and I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Always
You're
say
target number
yes.
one if you say no.
For sure.
Terrible choice. So yeah, I mean, I think they're okay. I think the girls are starting to come together after that vote. Again, I don't think that they're gonna make it as far as the barbecue made it, but I think that they
The
can do
cookout.
some. Oh, the cookout! I knew it wasn't the barbecue. That's why I couldn't remember this. I was like the barbecue. Like I think you're stuck on these hamburgers right
No,
now.
it's cookout. It's
Little
typically a
hot
cookout
dog ding
is
dongs. The
is the
cookout.
cookout.
See,
It
like
is
I don't know that the girls
synonyms.
will be close enough. My goodness, this is where we should have done a little bit of research beforehand.
For
But we
sure.
have good intentions, and that's all that matters. We're doing this
Hey,
from the heart, not
for sure.
from
If
the
I
internet.
had Chat GPT here, I could probably hit all these
No, this is
names.
fine. We should be able to dig into the files of our brains. Half of our
Well,
brains
we've
are
seen
melted
a
by now,
lot of seasons
for sure,
of Big Brother.
for sure.
Like I'm not gonna remember everybody's name, even though like there's people that have played really good games
Yeah,
that like names are just not gonna come to me
yeah.
as easy. I'm just bad at with names too,
Yeah. No, well, and right now we had to learn all these new names,
for sure,
so I'm probably gonna like splice people in here and maybe have to like
for
type
sure.
their names out. Because I don't remember everybody for sure. Like I could be getting like Adrian and Zach confused, although I'm pretty sure Zach was the one that was crying. So I feel like
No, Zach, yeah,
that
yeah,
was
for sure.
significant.
And Adrian
Um,
was the guy that would like couldn't get the washer machine to work.
oh, okay. So yeah, maybe I wasn't really like incompetence is not ever gonna get my attention. So he might have just like been filed out of my brain. I know Bubba likes Riley, and specifically he said because he's wearing a
Because of the
cowboy hat.
cowboy hat, yeah, for
So it
sure,
really doesn't take much.
for sure.
But that's why I was also saying, like we were talking about um, them evicting Zay
Hmm.
was because he was in that alliance, the hamburger or whatever alliance.
Hmm.
I don't know, is that even really what it's called? I really wasn't paying any attention to them. They clearly were not interesting to me.
Yeah,
But Zay was going for him, and I think was part of the reason why
yeah.
he was chosen as
Well,
the
they went for
suspect.
each other when the whole accomplice
Hmm.
thing
Hmm.
started,
So of
where
course he was gonna
they were
evict
kind
him.
of like targeting each other.
First
So
impressions matter. Of course he was gonna evict him.
yeah, that didn't
Um,
help for sure.
yeah, yeah. He
For
there was not going to be any bounce back there. Any redemption for that duo.
yeah,
But then Rachel also trying to get these showmances with those two girls. I want to say one's Lauren and the other one is Catherine, Caitlin,
Catherine.
Catherine, and Lauren, and she's trying to like get them divvied up into
Yeah.
showmances. But I feel like they could really just like get all the girls together. Even get Lauren and Catherine in on it and be like, guys,
For
this is
sure.
what you do.
Yeah.
And then you just like they could do it. They could do it. There's some cool girls on there. I'm here for it.
Who would you be in a showman's with?
Ugh, never showmance. Never showmance. Ever in a zillion years. I am anti showmance.
Yeah.
I think anytime I've ever seen a showmance, it's to just watch it
Of the
implode.
guys that are in there, who did you? Because you mentioned pretty much all girls. I know you want the girl alliance
I
to
didn't find a single man there interesting. I'm so
no.
sorry. Not one of them. Maybe Keanu crying about his dad was really sweet.
Yeah,
Like he showed some humanity and some empathy,
for sure.
but I don't want to be in a showmance with him. Like that would just it's not no, absolutely not.
For sure.
Definitely here for the girls. I'm here for a girly pop season.
I feel like the girls just yeah, if they find a way to like just kind of be cool with each other
Hmm.
and not let like some petty drama kind of get in the way.
Which I think happens in many big alliances. I think it even happened in the
It's just like
cookout.
power struggles too, and
There's
it's just
always
like
that for
personalities
sure.
and like somebody's trying to tell people what to do and it rubs certain people the wrong way and then all of a
Hmm.
sudden you're like going after each other.
But that's where you also have to know your place in an alliance. Like I feel like somebody like Ashley
Hmm.
can join that. I don't really want to call it an all girls alliance because I don't know that that's what it will be, but I think the girls can come to some kind of agreement and join together when it matters.
Hmm.
But I think Ashley can be a person who needs to know that if she continues to act the way that she's acting, she's going to be on the outside and rub somebody wrong real quick. And then she's going to be the first person voted out of the alliance or whatever that group ends up shaping up to be.
Yeah.
And the smaller version without somebody like her can move forward.
What do you think about, on another subject, the twist that they did with Zach having the $10,000 and him being
Mm.
able to use the $10,000 to get himself off the
I
block?
think that's a cool twist.
That's a
I like
cool
that one. I like
advantage
that one a lot. I think that's
for
a
sure.
and
And
just
if he doesn't want to use it, he just keeps the ten thousand
yeah,
dollars
for sure. No, I think that's a great advantage. Who
for
wouldn't
sure.
want something like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's like being
Because there is
handed.
weeks that you know that, like, if you're on the block, and I think they said after the veto ceremony is when you
Mhm.
can use this.
Mhm.
It's like, you know that if you
Mhm.
can, for sure pay yourself to, like, another week in the game, a lot of times
For
can
sure.
change your whole game.
For sure. And
Like,
he
you're
gets to
almost out of the door,
determine.
and then all of a sudden you're like
Yeah,
back in it.
he gets to determine if it's worth it or not, and I think that's a awesome twist for him. Good
Yeah.
for him. I hope he uses it wisely.
Who's your all-time favorite Big Brother player?
Derek. I
Derek just
just
played
feel
such
like
a good.
I feel like
That
that's
was
just a
such a good
game
season
that I was just so infatuated with.
for
Like
sure.
the way
The way
that
he played that,
you work people
yeah,
is a skill that like people just don't have.
for sure.
And it's I mean,
And he did it all,
it was
like,
really, really
from
amazing.
kind of like in the background. He
Yeah.
was like, he never put himself
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a situation where people could point to him,
Yeah.
but he was like moving all the pieces
Yeah.
from the back,
I just
and
feel
that
like
was
that's just
very,
like ultimate strategy, ultimate skill.
for sure.
Not easy to
Derek is one of my
do.
favorites too.
And I love that he was always so level headed. Like I feel like I don't and I feel like maybe this is something like I don't want to hate on Josh. It's not Josh hate, but like I don't respect loud, angry, aggressive games
Hmm.
because I don't really respect those kinds of people. I don't think that Josh is really like that anymore. I think
Yeah.
he's evolved a lot from that.
No, for
And
sure. He's changed so
obviously
much
it did
in
work
the
for
challenge.
him and
Yeah,
like there is always a place for that. It's also the cards you're dealt as like who's in the house with you. And again,
for sure.
I don't think this group of girls in this house right now would accept that behavior. And I feel like that's why Jimmy's in trouble if he keeps acting like this. Ashley's in trouble if she keeps acting like that and doesn't figure out a way to just let everybody step in front of her and
Hmm.
muddle out Showergate. Um, I think uh, even and this is why maybe I'm confused about Zach because I'm not anti crying and having emotions and being upset,
Yeah,
but I just thought the reaction was too extreme for week one for somebody you just met
it was a little
5
bit,
minutes
yeah, too
ago.
much.
And so I don't know, like, is he a wild card? Like, is he the type of guy who could like snap,
Yeah,
and start acting kind of out
not
of
snap.
pocket?
It's the spiraling.
For sure, for sure.
Like, that's where you notice that this game is probably, it's a lot easier probably to commentate this, like,
Hmm.
every season that we watch,
Hmm.
as opposed to when you're actually in it.
Hmm.
And not only are you in it, but you're like on the block, maybe, like, s- feeling like you might be,
Hmm.
like, with Kelly
Hmm.
this week.
She
Like,
did. She did
she
start
went
spiraling a little
on
bit,
from being so confident, like, yeah, put me on the block, and
which was
then all
crazy.
of a sudden she felt she was saying the wrong things. They
She
did that
deserved
whole
that
cut,
spiral. Yeah.
and she was spiraling out of
She
control.
deserved that.
And that's a tough
That was
place to be in.
self-inflicted. Again,
That's,
you never volunteer to go
you
on the
never
block.
volunteer to put yourself
Ever.
on.
I'm sorry, there are some 101s
Yeah,
that people missed before they started the game.
for sure. Well,
Don't
she
do
just
that.
wanted to play a different game, but
Don't do
that's
that.
never. I don't think that's
Watch,
ever
watch,
the
watch
way to
me
go.
go on one day because this is also secretly a pitch, I think, for us, just to CBS in general because we are big fans of their
Hmm.
shows. Um,
Yeah,
watch me go on one day and like do that right.
be
I
like,
would,
hey,
because
put me on the block.
I do think you go in there, and I think that's where I will. I'm not going to bat for Ashley. or making excuses for her, but I think there was adrenaline involved. I think she got a little confident just
Yeah.
because, like, I think you can look at, oh, like, oh, I was in this, you know, special group in the first week,
For sure.
and I maybe have a little bit of power even though I'm not HOH. And then lacking social cues and being stressed out, and again, that adrenaline, I think it can make you do some crazy things.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing happened with Kelly. She was really confident. She felt like she was in a good alliance. They made a final two with Vince slash, is he going by Vince or Vinny? I'm not sure yet. I think it's both.
Vince. I don't know.
I
I
think they
think it was
put his
Vince.
name Vince, but then I think they call him
They
Vinny.
call him Vinny. Oh.
So TBD. I'll do Vince slash Vinny. Um, but yeah, that she deserved that spiral. Totally self inflicted. Never do that shit again.
She just probably also, because what do you think about floaters?
Grab a life vest.
Because that's another style of play. Like there's people that have gotten really far in Big Brother by floating all the way to the end. A lot of times it just doesn't give you the resume to then be able to win the game,
Yeah.
but a lot of people have gotten very far in the game by floating by.
I feel like, did people think, and this is more of like my ignorance, mainly because I don't know what was going on during the season. We must have had small babies. Maybe some of the small baby seasons have been tougher to remember for me.
Hmm.
But I feel like, didn't people really look at Taylor as a floater? And I'm not saying that I agree that she was a floater.
No, I
But
don't think Taylor was a
feel like
floater at all.
I feel like she was kind of treated that way. And I feel like she was like really torn
I
down a
feel
lot.
like she was put on the block a lot, and like
No, I'm not.
she had to like fight her way to
Yeah,
win
no, I'm not
that
saying
season.
that I agree with that, but I feel like people kind of looked at her like that. But I don't know if her
No, I
being a
feel
floater, I feel like
like
she was more of like an outcast.
when I think of floaters that have made it far in the game,
Maybe I'm
there was
defining
this
floater wrong.
season with the one that Andy won. You remember Andy, the gay guy from like Chicago? And then
Andy
there was like Gina Maria, maybe was her name.
Susan.
But in his season,
Mm-hmm.
there was this girl that made it to like Final Four,
Mm-hmm.
and she floated her whole
Mm-hmm.
way to the end of that season. Like she didn't do anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there kind of a girl in the
And then
Jared
at the
Cody
end, she kind of
alliance?
got like more involved, but it's because there was nobody left in the game, so she didn't have an
But
option.
am I thinking that right?
Yeah.
There was a third girl in the Jared Cody alliance that also kind of floated on the coattails of Jared and Cody.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
But I don't remember who it was. But no, I definitely, but I can see, like, I don't want to hate on floaters because as an introvert, and you like you said,
Oh
like,
no,
we
that's what I'm saying.
automatically put ourselves
That's a way to
in
get
the
yourself
game.
far into the game.
y-
I just don't know if you could ever win the game as a
I
floater.
think you can float to a certain point.
You can make it like
I,
final five.
I think if you float on the right life raft to a certain point in the
For sure,
river, you
you
can then jump into your
for sure,
uh, White
for sure.
Rapids and make it to the
Do
end.
you know another person that I really like their we were talking earlier about like people that we really like their games?
Mhm.
Um was his name Ari? He was like in the Quack Pack Alliance. Kind of like a nerdy
Ian.
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 Ian. I
Mm.
definitely liked Ian.
But he was final two with Dan, and I feel like we do really like Dan.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was really disappointed when Dan
He did.
did
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh traders and then making him a trader,
for
even though I
sure.
totally understood it. I would have loved to see Dan on TV, but that was a really difficult game for him to be in.
It was a different game.
But I do think that we really like Dan a lot.
For sure.
I feel like we
Dan definitely with the whole funeral thing
mhm,
and getting himself out of that
mhm.
was
Yeah,
like epic gameplay.
for sure. For sure.
Like masterclass on
Yeah.
how to play Big Brother.
Yeah. But I feel like Rachel's really good at that kind of stuff too. Like Rachel's really good at
Rachel's really good
deflecting.
for sure.
And I feel like that's maybe also why they only brought her back. Like maybe, they're like, well, you can do it on your own. Like Rachel can carry this. She doesn't need a whole crew of people.
Danielle's really good at
Danielle's always really good at it too.
Janelle's really good.
Yeah, but I feel like Rachel's just someone who's like louder,
Yeah,
but in like a really entertaining way.
for sure.
So I am, because I don't think that we ever watched a Rachel season. I think this is the first we've seen Rachel in other things. We've watched her in The Amazing Race.
We did.
We've watched her. I don't know if she
That
was.
was some
I and so,
Rachel
but
in the
I
Amazing
think
Race. I remember that.
she. I think
And
she
we
even
saw her
said,
sister. Remember the
"Oh, her sister
season?
was on there," and we've seen
Alyssa, was
her.
it?
Alyssa, we've seen her show up on the show, but
Mm-hmm.
I think she was season 12 and 13, and we started at
Yeah,
14.
we
So we
started like.
never really so we knew of her obviously because she was so fresh
I'm
in the
trying to
Big
think. Was
Brother
she? Didn't she
lore.
come back for another season?
She I don't know if she
We
came.
didn't see her first season, but I think she's played. She's played more than once. I
They
think.
said 12 and 13.
12 and okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm
Oh, so we
saying.
missed both
But
of those then.
she's been there. Like I
For
think
sure. Yeah.
we may
And
have
they've brought
even
her.
they've brought her back for
Yeah, for
things.
things for sure.
We knew who she was, but this is I think the first time we're watching her play.
Yeah,
Because I
you
think
might be
she's
right.
like even hosted certain games. She's gone in there. We might have even seen her get engaged
Yeah.
on there.
We just man, we've been watching Big Brother for over 10 years.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's really
Like
cool to be
we've
able to
seen a lot of different seasons.
watch her kind of in her element too.
Yeah.
And also see like how funny it is to kind of bring it back to like how mad would you be if you finally ended up there and you saw Rachel Reilly walk
I
in the
don't
door. I think it's gonna be cool to see how far she can actually go with the with what she's brought to the game.
another player, and this is probably where we should have done a little bit more homework before this episode. But do you remember that girl that was like a poker player? She
Hmm.
was really. I
Like
remember
Gina
her.
Marie or something like that. Did
No,
she
Gina Moore's
win?
the other one. I don't know if she won. She
It might
made it
have been
far in the
something
game,
like
but I
that.
don't know if she won.
And I think we've seen her again.
Have we?
No, I don't know. I don't
No.
remember. But no,
I remember her, and she was. It's like sometimes also being able to manipulate
for
people,
sure.
and like
Being able to
she
work
was
people.
she was good at that.
Yeah. Like that's a
Um,
skill I would love to learn. I don't think that I have. I can do that with kids pretty good. Like I feel like I can convince I can sell our kids on anything,
for sure,
and it is a skill set.
it is
Because
a
if
skill
you
set.
say the wrong thing, shit gets real fast.
Yeah,
But if you work it just right and you phrase it just right and you get people on your team before you deliver
and you
information,
give the right information to the right people to like go like again. That's where like Derek did a good job. Like a lot of times it's not you, but you're feeding things for that to happen.
for sure.
Um,
And not also like oversharing information. I feel like that's where Zach went wrong by even offering any sort of additional information when Rachel approached him
mhm,
because she automatically thinks he's a weak player just by showing his cards.
yeah,
They're playing poker and he just showed his cards to her. She's like, he's not a threat to me.
yeah, yeah,
I can figure him out in 2 seconds. All the only threat that he really is that he can win competitions.
yeah.
But socially, checkmate
Yeah, I like again. I really like Keanu's story to win the game.
for sure.
Um, for some reason, yeah. I also Morgan for some reason gave me some good
Yeah, I
vibes
think Morgan's super cool.
too. But yeah,
Do we have any other notes?
I think showmance is an easy way to get a target
For sure.
on your back. I would never. I do agree with you where
Yeah.
I don't think having a showmance is a smart thing to do
No.
on this game.
Yeah.
So
My
best
my
of luck
my
if
top two
they decided
things,
to.
or my top three things would be never volunteer to go on the block to be a pawn,
Hmm.
never get into a showmance, and never threaten people that you're coming for them out
For
loud.
sure, yeah,
Like I
that's.
feel like those three things are should be like Big Brother 101,
Hmm.
and I would say don't do those things
Yeah,
as somebody who's never played the game before. But things I want to like jam into my head. Yeah, I don't know about a showmance. Not for me. Fun to watch on TV, but not for me.
yeah, but yeah, man, I feel like it's gonna be a cool season.
I don't love that there's so many episodes. I feel like it was really easy to do all these episodes before we had kids. And we also started late, and so that's really funny because of course we thought it started a week later. So
We
we did
def
have to jam pack everything.
for sure.
So, but maybe that's good because it made it a little bit fresh, but we need to do a good job of keeping our
And we kind
notes.
of got to do a week
For sure.
recap
No,
as
I
opposed
actually love that. That
to
was perfect. So now we're going to jump into next week,
hmm
week 2.
yep.
That will go. This should be up Saturday, maybe Sunday, depending on if we go to the beach or not. We might not be able to go to the beach tomorrow if we
We
want to
should
put this up.
definitely go to the beach tomorrow.
Well, if we're gonna put this up, then we can't go to the beach tomorrow. If we go to the beach tomorrow, this will be on Sunday.
Okay.
If we don't go to the beach tomorrow, it could be it tomorrow on Saturday. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a good season. Hopefully it's entertaining. Hopefully we get to see some cool alliances form, some drama. You always
Mhm.
want to see a little bit of drama
Mhm.
happening.
But I
Like,
think they did a good job. Like, I think the theme is really good.
yeah,
I don't know if we talked about
I
the
like the
theme.
theme. The theme, the whole mastermind theme, mystery theme
Yeah, my
is.
I was thinking about that before we met. I used to do theater. I was really
Hmm
into theater, and one of my dreams was to always like be on Broadway, of course.
hmm
But maybe this was like partly manifesting because the very last show that I did before I moved to the States and we met was a show called The Musical Comedy Murders of the 1940s. And it's just really funny, like exactly this murder mystery,
Yeah,
super cute. And it's like one of my favorite memories of all time. And like, I don't have to be on Broadway to do it, but maybe like one day, like even to do it in like a small theater off Broadway or like dream big and be on Broadway. Who knows? But I say I'm really into that theme, and it's really beautiful. Like
yeah.
as a Libra, I really appreciate a beautiful aesthetic.
I will give it to the Big Brother production team.
Hmm
They always seem to find a way to make these like to each season come up with a new theme and them
hmm
be interesting. Like,
For
and I
sure,
think they did a good job this
for
season
sure. No,
for
I
sure.
like. It. I think it's unique, and I'm glad that it's not like another tech
Yeah.
season because that would not be my vibe. But this for sure would be my vibe. I love it. Here for that.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think that could be a wrap for our week 1 review of Big Brother. Who do you like? What alliances? Who are your favorite Big Brother players?
And do you think there can be a successful all girls alliance? Everybody say yes. Let's positive energy it. Let the
Hey,
girls win.
hopefully,
Positive energy for
hopefully.
your daughter. Would you love to see your own daughter kick
Hey, I'm
ass with a bunch
all
of
about a
girls?
girl winning. I'm just saying the
Let's get on board.
all women group
They
of
can do this.
5 or more
They can
girls
do this. Five or more
all
people is
agreeing
always a mess.
all the
Five
time.
or more people agreeing all the time is hard regardless. We're two people and we never agree on shit. So give the girls a break. They can do this.
I'm just saying it's not easy. It's
It's
like,
not. It's so yeah, we will see whoever is out there in the Big Brother sphere next week for the week 2 recap and thoughts. And our Cloud and Method loves Big Brother.
all right, we out.
Okay, please let me go to sleep.
Peace.